Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast, The Wise Journey, A Road to Growth. We have another guest with us.
Yes, sir.
These things are just happening nonstop, so I love it. Would you like to introduce yourself and say what you do for the company?
Yeah, my name is Sami Karouni. I am the service manager at Hyundai of Vacaville.
Okay, and how long have you been working for Wise?
For Wise, I started in May of 21.
21,
So,
okay. Couple years?
Couple years.
Okay. So I know that you went from being a service advisor to a manager. For those who don't know, growth is possible, which is awesome.
Yes, sir.
How was that transition when you were an advisor, saw that there was an opportunity to be a manager? Like how did that work for you? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you just like, screw it, I'm going to go for it and hope for the best?
I would say, in a sense, yeah. I mean, you never really, or you kind of set yourself up in a certain type of way. I mean, for anybody who wants to go from an advisor to a manager, one thing you always want to do is just make sure you're taking care of the stuff no one else wants to take care of, pretty much. So
Okay.
you're pretty much, you want to be your manager's right-hand man. If your manager's busy or something's happening, you can't get a hold of him, you want to be that person that will be like, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it.
The next in line.
So you want to just always, growth is key at the end of the day. So as whatever situations you're kind of put into, whatever situations arise, you just want to be the one to take care of it. If you're the one to take care of it, everything will get noticed.
That seems to be a common response, is that it gets noticed. And like, I don't think, like for what you did, I don't think you did it just to get recognition or to like be praised or whatever. So it's like you're doing it with the intent that people may not see it.
Yeah.
The right people will see it, but you're not doing it for others around you to be like, hey, look what I'm doing. I'm
Exactly.
trying to lure my way into being a manager, because it's a big responsibility. So you're already learning that you're going to do things that you may not want to do or that you didn't know you had to do, but then you end up doing it anyway.
Exactly.
So are you happy where you're at now being a manager compared to an advisor? Not that you weren't happy being an advisor, but having that bigger responsibility of, getting the bigger plate of being a manager, has that been enjoyable of having that learning curve?
I would say definitely enjoyable. I mean, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in a sense. So you're going to be put into situations, you're going to run into things that you've never ran into before, but it's just about how you react. So it's just key on keeping yourself cool, calm, collected, and just pushing through whatever your goals are. I mean, for me, very goal driven. So growth is something that I want to keep pushing for. So it's more not only a personal goal, but a company goal. Obviously, you want to put the company in the best position. You want to protect the house. So you want to always take care of the company, make sure your guys are taken care of. So it's enjoyable in that sense of, it's just nonstop and nothing. It doesn't stop.
And it's like when you say the house, it's like, like where we work, it's like your home.
Exactly.
You have upkeep, you have your chores, you have your duties of living in this house, paying the bills. Like you can turn all that into work. And if you take care of the house is going to be taken care of.
Exactly.
And naturally at that.
Yeah.
My next question might be a doozy. But what kind of footprint would you want to leave on the guys that work for you? The advisors, the techs? What do you try to implement in their daily work habits that you hope that, they can instill to have that be their work environment?
Yeah, that kind of ties into protecting the house. One thing I preach is culture. We want to make sure that the culture is there, because you want to make coming to work enjoyable. If you're not coming to work and enjoying it, then you're just kind of like a placeholder. You're there.
Yeah.
But one thing I always say is we all have the same goal in mind. We want to see it from from a bigger picture. We don't want to look at it at the ground level of just one thing after the next after the next. We want to see it from the bigger picture. We want to see it from a bird's eye view. So you want to see it from every angle, every perspective. Staying cool, calm, collected is one of the biggest things. Is can't let your feelings get in the way of your work ethic, of what you have going on. You just want to always stay grounded, look at everything from the bigger picture. So it's I don't know.
I mean, having that, like, seeing it from 30,000 feet, by the way, owl's eye view.
Owl's eye view.
It's almost hard to describe because it's hard to think about being 30,000 feet up.
Yeah.
But I like where it's like you're not focusing on every single step of, like, I have to do all of this. But when you see it from this high, look at the projection of where we can end up as a whole versus I got to do this, or this is part of my duties, I don't want to do it. It's like, no, like, you are, like, creating the canal for the water to flow through.
Yep.
So no, the bigger picture is good, and having it be a part of the culture is a big factor. Key. It's key.
It's key.
Well, before we sign out, is there any closing statements? Maybe a message to, anybody?
I think just staying grounded. Just know that whatever goals you have in mind, if you put your mind to it, if you stick to it, you'll get them. Like I said, they will not go unnoticed. The growth is there for everybody in every department, from a porter to a detailer. The growth is going to be there as long as this is something you want to do and you put your mind to it. You'll get it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah,
you're living it.
You're living it.
Yeah.
We're living it.
Yeah, we're both living it. Shoot. Well, thank you so much, Sammy, for coming on, and
thank you.
Seeing the growth in you has been awesome to see, and can't wait to see what time.
Make me blush, man.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thank you.